Hi everyone, welcome to the live session and the world of stories. So, stories are loved by everyone, and if it's folk tales, nothing can be better than that because folk tales have always something to teach you, to preach you, and an interesting tales about your village and people that resides in. So, as I keep bringing folk tales, today I have brought a folk tale from Vietnam. So I think so everyone knows and heard about Vietnam. And before beginning with the story, the folktale of Vietnam, I'll tell you a little bit about the this small country. So Vietnam is a country in South Asia and the easternmost country on the Indonesian peninsula. Vietnam shares its land border with China to the north and Laos and Cambodia to the west. It shares its maritime borders with Thailand through the Gulf of Thailand and the Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia through the South China Sea. So, whatever word I have said, if you don't know, it's okay, just Google it. Like, I think so, maritime, where is Gulf of Thailand, South China Sea, and these countries, or I can say island like Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, and what is a peninsula. Okay, and this is the flag of Vietnam. So Vietnam's flag looks like this, red with a star. I think so this will help you to enhance your geography. Yes, and about the country and flags. GK. In GK, generally you get these types of questions. What's generally use of folk tales? Or if I speak about the detail of Vietnamese folk tale, so these stories gives about us a detail about ancient Vietnam lifestyle and traditional customs. It conveys moral lessons that are deeply influenced by Buddhism, such as karma, cause and effect, as well as reincarnation. And I think so every one of us, like in any country, every country has a belief, have has their own way of living, their traditional thought process, moral lessons. Because sometimes we think we are in a country and we have more of those moral lessons or life skills, but it's not so. Every country has something good, moral, or something new to teach. Every tradition has something or the other. So similarly, Vietnam too has its tradition and its lifestyle that you will get to know through stories. So these stories were also told so that everyone may know about every country's cultural and religious background, their way of living, what ideologies they held. So let's begin with the exciting story and then a craft work. So story's name is, I'll tell you this story's name in Vietnamese language. It is called as Amua Han Toy. Okay, Amua Han Toy. And this means in English, who wants to buy my onions? So the story is Who Wants to Buy My Onions? It is also named as the magical jar. So before beginning with my folk tale, I want to say that every folk tale has its different version, and every mouth that speaks about the folk tale has some or the other different element. So I will never say about the reliability of the story, but yes, always the lesson or moral and lifestyle that we get to know about different countries through these stories. So let's begin with the story. So once upon a time, in a far village in Vietnam, lived a young farmer who had a rice field. Yes, their people loved eating rice. So he had a rice field. But when you have to cook, he had to fetch. That time they didn't have those cylinders and gas stoves. So he went to a forest, nearby forest, to fetch some woods. So while he was chopping a tree, he saw a raven. Who? The farmer. Yes, this farmer, while he was chopping the trees for the wood, he saw a raven. Yes, a black raven. And the raven caught a small sparrow and tried to eat it up. So the raven, while it was doing so, the farmer saw that it is trying to harm that small little sparrow. And he took stones and threw on Raven and flew him off. Seeing this, and Raven saw that its prey went off his beaks, it said to the farmer, "Listen, farmer, I will return and I will take revenge." Yes. So the raven said that he will take revenge from the farmer. The farmer didn't care much and he quickly went to the sparrow and saw that sparrow was really injured. He somehow tried to revive the sparrow and the sparrow got its life back. Sparrow was really happy and said thanks a lot to the farmer. And as a thank you gift, you know what did he give? It gave him a jar. Yes, it told the farmer, wait, I'll bring this jar. And it gave him this beautiful jar. It said that farmer, you are the luckiest. You know, till now, no one has even able to get this jar. You are the first and the only person to get this. It further said, you know, this is a magical jar. Yes, it's a magical jar and it has a magical liquid. Whoever takes this, listen carefully. There were two things that will happen. The person will grow from old to young. Yes, from old to young. And anything will turn bigger from its original size. Yes, if it's this small, it will turn big. So there were two things. One was an old person may turn into young, and a small thing will turn big into its from the original size. Now, farmer was very thankful and he took the jar and the woods returned home. While he returned home, he opened the jar and the fragrance was so delightful that he said, "This will belong to my wife whom I'll marry, and she deserves more than me." So what he did, he tied the jar and hung it up in his hut, up on the ceiling, and went back to his work. Now, after a long time, he forgot about the jar. But one day he got married to a peasant's daughter. Yes, he got married to a peasant's daughter. She was ordinary, normal looking girl, but very genuine, helpful, and kind. She was hardworking every day. They both went to the field, which field? The rice field, and worked day and night. They were happy together. One day she said, today I won't go to the farm. I will clean the home. So the farmer said, okay, you go to the, I'll go to the field and you can clean the home. While she was cleaning the house, what did she find? She found the magical jar. But she didn't know about it, and farmer also forgot to gift her as he decided. But she took down the jar and thought, what is it? Let me see. She opened it, and the fragrance was so pleasing that she said, I think so. I will clean my hair and wash myself with this fragrant liquid. Now she didn't know about the magic of the liquid. As she poured the liquid on her hair and took and bathed, she turned younger than she was. Young and beautiful lady. Yes. And she had some onions around. Do you remember what was going to happen to the onions? Anything that is old will turn young, and anything small will turn big. And the small onions turned so big, like human. See the onion, it turned bigger than its original size. Now what? Now the farmer returned, and he didn't know about this thing. Farmer returned home, and when he saw this beautiful lady, he thought, oh, is she some fairy or magical woman who has entered my hut? But the woman said, no, dear, I'm your wife, and I found a jar and I used it on my hair. This jar, I used to hair, the liquid, and I turned so, and see, the onions have turned so big. And then the farmer remembered, yes, the sparrow said the same thing, and it has turned true. So he was happy to find a beautiful wife, and she was so beautiful that he kept admiring her the whole day. And he was so impressed that he called a painter and asked to paint a portrait of his beautiful wife. So the painter came and he started painting her portrait. She was so beautiful. And do you remember what did the raven say? Raven said it is going to take revenge from the farmer. And while the portrait was being made, the raven came flying, caw, and in his beak it held the portrait in its mouth and flew off. And you know what did he do? It dropped the portrait of his beautiful wife in the king's land. In the king's land. Now, the king saw this portrait and the beautiful lady, and he was so mesmerized seeing the beauty that the king ordered, everyone go and find this woman for me and bring her to my kingdom. He didn't care she was married, had kids or anything. He just said, go and bring this lady to me. He was So everyone went out. He even kept fairs and parties so that someone can tell about this beautiful lady, because he didn't know from where this lady comes. So while he was looking and searching through that portrait, he finally they finally reached that village and asked people around that, do they recognize this picture, this portrait? They said, yes, we recognize this lady. So they quickly went to that place and took the lady to the king's land, and king captivated her in the palace. Ha ha ha, now you will be with me. He didn't ask anything about her, only mesmerized by her beauty. He captivated him in his palace and never allowed to go her back. She was very sad about this and stopped smiling, laughing, eating, doing anything. King was very disappointed seeing this, and he announced, anyone who can make the lady happy will get a reward. Yes, will get a huge reward. So now when he announced this, his husband, the farmer, understood, oh, so my lady is there in the palace. He took the big magical onions and stood near the palace and started singing. What did he sing? Leaves as long as shoulder poles, bulbs as big as lime pots. Who buys my onions? Please love me more. And he kept on singing, leaves as long as shoulder poles, bulbs as big as lime pots. Who buys my onions? Please love me more. So what is a shoulder pole? Shoulder pole is this, where the vendors carry different articles. So the onions leaves were like a human size, and the bulbs were big like a lime pot. So it's a vessel where different things are kept. So it's big. So the bulb, onion, this is called as bulb. So the bulbs are as big as lime pots. See, you learn new vocabulary. As the lady heard the song, she immediately recognized that it is the farmer, her husband, and there was a beautiful smile on her face. When the king saw, oh, the lady is smiling, it means he didn't know what was the actual reality. So he thought, okay, she loved this giant onions and the song that the farmer was singing. So he quickly called the farmer. He said, listen, farmer, come here. We are going to exchange the clothes. So he took farmer's cloth and he gave his cloth to him and took the big onions and started dancing and singing the same song that the farmer was singing. Leaves as long as shoulder poles, bulbs as big as lime pots. Who buys my onions? Please love me more. And he kept singing and dancing. Now what happened? This lady knew what was the reality, and seeing the king dancing like this, she laughed and laughed and laughed. King thought she's happy because of me, and he kept on dancing more and more. And she was intelligent. She knew that she won't be able to come out from the kingdom, and king is never going to leave her. So she immediately called her helpers and asked to leave out the dogs, to release the dogs from their cages. As the uh, dogs of these king came out, they were like the royal dogs. They could not they could not recognize the king. Why? Because the king was in the farmer's dress, and they kept on barking and bit him so much that he finally died. Yes, the king died. The lady called her husband, the beloved husband who came to save her, to sit on the throne of the kingdom. And he sat on the throne of the kingdom. People were also very happy to consider him as a king and her as a queen, because he was a genuine and kind person, and who doesn't want to be ruled or guided by a nice and good hearted person. So here is a happy ending to the story, the Vietnamese story, The Magical Jar, or Who Wants to Buy My Onions? Uh, I hope it was something new from the general fairy tales or folk tales that we have heard. Indian folk tales are different. Every folk tale that you will hear, you'll find something new in it and moral. So, what do you think? What can be the moral from this story? There are two morals from this story. And I think so this moral matches to every country's ideology and idea of good living. So one first moral is never desire for those things that's not yours, otherwise you have to pay for it. Don't get allured so much by others. If others have something good or it's lucrative, people start stealing or harming others to get those things. No, if something that you have not hard earned through your hard work, never possess, please don't go for that. Make your own work hard and get your own things that will make you more happy, and it will be fruitful, it will prove fruitful to you. Otherwise everything has a consequence. And other moral, if you can guess, if you can think, I'll obviously let you know. Karma, yes, like the Buddhism thought. Like everyone has this idea, and Buddhism actually believes in karma, cause and effect. So what was the effect? If you do good, life will always reward you in the best way it can. And obviously the farmer, he was a poor farmer who became the uh, king of that kingdom. So never run for things that are not yours. Don't get allured by these worldly things, and always try to do good, because everything that you do has a consequence. Uh, so, if any suggestion you like to give, if any idea or thought you have regarding this story or moral, you can obviously write in the comment box. And now, time for craft work. Leaving behind our Vietnamese tale, I really love this idea of giant onions. So today's artwork, I thought it's festive season, and we keep giving gifts and all, as well as birthdays come, different occasions keeps coming, and as I say, we need to we need to reuse things that we have at home and keep our environment clean, pollution free. And how can we do? So instead of using plastic bags or poly bags for gifting, we can make gift bags on our own at home. In fact, many may know how to, but I thought let me put something new to the same old idea that we know to make the bag. So you have to do nothing, simple. Take a chart paper or any paper. Even if you can take calendar papers, where on the first page the numbers are printed, and at the back it's plain white, blue, green, any color it can be, whatever color you love. Just take. What I have done, I have cut a paper from it, and it's like it's your wish. How much big bag do you want? A small bag, a big bag? What are you gifting? It all depends on you. So cut a white piece like this and fold it from between. You'll get it like this. You can either stick these portions. If you're not going to put anything that will fall out of the bag, so you don't need to stick. If you are trying to gift something that may fall out, like marbles or something like that, so first stick these edges. Or you can do other thing. I think so everyone has a punch. You can punch holes into it. Both the sides. And 2 holes here, so that you can hang a ribbon. So once you punch a hole, take a sewing machine, needle. Children, please take help of your parents. Needle and a thread. You can take wool thread, mixed color thread, and you just need to sew around it and make a design. To hide the knot, whenever you are going to tie, you will find a knot. Sew, you are going to find a knot. So between and inside the paper, poke it like this. It will be hidden. This will make a design, see, and let the thread through it. See, it gives you a beautiful shape, design, and even ties uh, seals the side holes, the uh, the cuttings, so that it will become a bag to hold whatever article you want to put inside it. And tie a knot here. You can take another color to make it look beautiful. So I took pink and yellow. And finally you will get something like this. Yellow and pink. If you want, you can tie here also. Once you have made this, now you need to carry it also. So here comes the ribbon. Yes. Take the ribbon, put into the hole that was punched. Take it like this. Pass through the holes. And make a knot inside, not outside. See, clean and clear. And you got the bag. You can put anything in this. Now you can decorate also. So if you have greeting cards like this. Now Christmas is coming, so you can put this greeting card inside. You can put a greetings card inside. Whatever gift you like. So it's a paper bag. You need to keep, the gift should not be too heavy. If you want it to be too heavy, you need to have better paper, a stronger paper, 2 to 3 layers paper. They are handmade papers that you get. If you want to gift colors, you can gift colors. If you want to gift mobiles, anything that you love to, just put in this and gift it to your dear ones. If you want to paint, you can also paint. Paint that I love. You can paint, you can put stickers. So paint that I love is block. I love doing block art. So take any color that you love. I'll take pink color. and on the sides. See, it looks so pretty, so nice and elegant. You can take another design. See, so आप जितना मन उतना पेंट कर सकते हैं जहाँ भी मन. And in fact I have stickers, so I like to put one sticker, maybe red. Write your name, to whom you want to give, and the gift bag is ready. You can put clothes also, it will carry clothes. So when you're going to shop, take the bag, put your clothes, whatever you are buying, and it's eco-friendly, reusable. Again you can use, as well as from things that you have at home, you can make it. It's pretty beautiful, awesome. And gift it. Christmas is coming. Your birthdays may also be coming. Festivals. So I hope you love the most easiest gift bag ever to be made. कोई चिक पिक नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं. So this was today's session from my side, the Vietnamese folktale, that is story from Vietnam, Amua Man Thoi. Sorry for the network issue. So I'm going to end this session today. Hope so you loved the story and the craft work. Keep liking and loving the stories and craft work that I come with. Any suggestions, do give. I love to use that for the stories and to let everyone learn something new. Children, I hope so, are learning new words, vocabulary, stories, folk tales, learning morals, ethics, ideas, what is good, what is not. Everything is good, nothing is bad. It's only anything that if you do over, ज़्यादा कुछ भी करेंगे जो सही नहीं है, हम अगर ज़्यादा खाना भी खा लेंगे तो वो भी अच्छा नहीं है हमारे हेल्थ के लिए. तो everything that you do, may it be balanced. Keep listening to my story. I'll come again next Sunday. I'll keep bringing international stories for the time being. So love you all, audience. Bye. Take care. Good night. Bye-bye.